Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever episode of Pulse. We are coming at you tonight because there was a huge Mortal Kombat 11 gameplay reveal, along with another kind of surprise. I just covered this sort of series with the one-shots, and that was, of course, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Fighting at Issue One-Shot. They announced today that we are getting Power Rangers Battle for the Grid coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Coming to all four of them in April, around about the same time as Mortal Kombat 11. Jason David Frank is in the commercial. Always good to see him endorsing something Power Rangers related. This is being made by Enway, the same guys who made Legacy Wars on the mobile phone, which is an alright game. Looks like you're kind of getting the same vibe with assists and things. I see some of the same characters. So it'll be interesting to see what it is. I believe it is a $20 normal game, a $40 deluxe. And you'll get Green Ranger skin on pre-order, which is always nice. It's version 2. I'm not entirely sure what they mean by that. I know it's got like the more gold on the helmet and things like that. So that's really interesting. But of course, the big news today is Mortal Kombat 11. There was a huge reveal party held by NetherRealm and Ed Boon. And we saw there was a bunch of regular people there. There was the main gamers, people like Sonic Fox, and I believe Tweety was in like the final. He's another big one. He got destroyed by Sonic Fox in the end, but you also had WWE superstars show up there. Xavier Woods came as Shao Kahn. Kofi Kingston came as I can't remember his name, Shang Tsung, and Zelina Vega came as Jade, and also Ronda Rousey is voicing Sonya Blade, which is really cool. And Sonya's got a rolling Juji Katami, a rolling armbar, which is very nice as well. And they showed a lot of gameplay. We had like 7 characters, 6 they showed that were returning, and 1 brand new one they showed off. And of course, it's not the whole breadth of the characters, but they did show X-rays are gone. They're now replaced by what's called a fatal blow, when your health drops down to 30%, but you can only use it, I believe, from what everything I've gathered watching videos and things, you can only use it once per matchup. So once you use it, it's gone. And, so if you have to use it round 1 or you choose to use it round 1, so it does provide a lot more strategy in that. It's still got the same damage output as like a super or an X-ray, but it's only usable once, as far as I can tell. So it will be interesting. But I feel like it's going to be used more to try to guarantee kills. And that's what they are generally as well, but I don't know if they're going to be used as much subsequently because you can only use it once. So it'd be nice to have it in your back pocket for if you need to bust out a comeback win or comeback damage. Of course, that being said, if your opponent hasn't used theirs and you damage them too much, they'll get their fatal blow as well. And it's just a big combo. And I say just a big combo, but it doesn't have really, you see a lot of cool stuff with it. And there's nice camera angles and things, but it's not like the X-ray where you saw bones breaking, or it's not like I think they're all cinematic. I could be wrong, but I do think they're cinematic. You do get X-rays though on normal moves sometimes. You'll see characters do things, and then you will see the effects. Like when Sonya hits her rolling armbar, her Juji Katami, you can actually see the arm snap in the middle of the move, which is really nice, and a good way to kind of keep that effect, but not limit it to just the X-ray move itself. So they did reveal today Sub-Zero, Dark Raiden, Scorpion, Baraka, Sonya Blade. Let's see. I feel like they revealed one more besides the last guy I'm thinking of, but I can't. Scarlet. How did I forget that? And Garrus. Garrus is the new character. I'll get to him in a minute. Because there's a lot I want to talk about with him from just his reveal. I like the variations. I love Baraka with the mask, and he looks like he's got a Shredder helmet for one of his, which is really interesting. We saw the very opening bits of the story where Dark Raiden is torturing Shinnok all the way back from NK9. And he's torturing him, and he ends up lopping off his head and putting it as kind of a trophy on this table. He says he's going to send it back to Liu Kang, I believe he said, which I thought they were on the same side. I don't know the Mortal Kombat lore very well, perfectly honest. But we do get the female who showed up in the reveal trailer. We found out today her name is Chronica, and she's got time manipulation. I believe she's an elder god or something to that effect. And Ed says this has all been her manipulation from the start. I hope she is playable. I hope she's not just this character who's there and is kind of a watcher. I hope she's playable because she seems like she'd be really interesting and really powerful. But at the same time, going back to Garrus, because that was basically all we showed, was that Dark Raiden lopped off Shinnok's head, walked away, and then Chronica appeared to say some stuff about time and things like that. And then we ended, which is fine. I mean, I don't want them spoiling the whole story for us before the game comes out. That's one thing I love about fighters is their story, if they've got a good one. Injustice 2 is one that comes to mind as an amazing story. But the new fighter was Garrus, Geras. Big dude, definitely in the realm of what I play normally. I play like Ferritor in Mortal Kombat 10. And before that, if I played Mortal Kombat 9, I basically stuck to Katana because that was all I knew. So, because she felt like another character I use in another game, which is Talim in Soul Calibur. She kind of felt like in that vibe. So I would stick with Katana. But I did play Ferritor. I did play Kotal Khan. I played, I can't remember his name right now, the guy with the bow and arrow who's, and the staff. I can't remember his name right now, but I played him in Mortal Kombat 10 too. And Garrus looks like definitely someone I'd be willing to try. He's a big dude. He's got a lot of carries and slams, and he's got earth power, which is nice, and he's got time stop as well. I don't know how much you can combine the two because, of course, there are those different variations like in Injustice and in the past Mortal Kombat as well. So it'll be really interesting to see how much earth manipulation you can get versus how much time manipulation, how much you can combine the two together. But yeah, he walks down on rocks. He can stop you in midair and punch you a few times while you're hanging there to continue combos and things like that. He can create like sand hammers that smash you together. He's got all sorts of neat tricks, and his voice is really cool. We've seen face rating. He's come lightning, come thunder, and he just doesn't care, and it's great. So lots of big reveals today. We saw the fatalities for a lot of people, which are really interesting. It looks like they're getting at least 2 per person. They didn't reveal them all for every character. I believe we only saw one of like Sonya's, one of Scarlet's, but I'm fairly certain we saw 2 for Scorpion because we saw the one in the real trailer where he knocks the head off and then spears through it. And then we saw one where he takes his whole spear, lights it on fire, and just pulls it around you until you in half, which is wow. So hopefully every fighter's getting at least 2. And the Combat Cast, which is NetherRealm's way to reveal characters and things like that and show people off, is starting January 30th. So less than 2 weeks out. 2 weeks from yesterday, essentially. So that'll be really nice as well to start getting those. Of course, the beta is coming in March, and it should be really good. The only thing I'm really super disappointed in is that it looks like if I'm going to get the collector's edition, which depends on how much it costs because it comes with a steelbook, which I love steelbooks. Repeat is a steelbook. And a Scorpion mask, but the problem is there's no Switch edition for that. It's just PS4 and Xbox One, which is kind of frustrating because I was really hoping to get it on my Switch. So I'll just have to see. Part of it, again, depends on how much it costs. But yeah, so there's that. And there's, of course, the normal edition. You get Shao Kahn by pre-order, so I'm going to be taking care of that soon. But that is basically it. So we have confirmed that Mortal Kombat and Power Rangers have a Pulse. That's it for this one, you guys. That is lights out on the first ever edition of Pulse.